Most people don't regret buying a flashlight because it's a bad flashlight. They regret it because it seemed like a good idea at the time. And then reality shows up. And almost all flashlight regret falls into the same patterns. People tend to think about flashlights very little, right? You usually just buy one, maybe one time over your lifetime. So when they buy one, they usually make a decision based on price, brightness, or the features, not how they're actually going to use it. And that gap between expectation and real life is where regret tends to show up. This is probably the most common regret, right? People see something big and something powerful, and they think, well, I'd rather have too much than not enough. And on paper, that makes sense. But in real life, this ends up just being bulky and heavy and inconvenient, doesn't fit well in your drawers. You don't usually grab it casually, so it gets used much less than expected. Don't get me wrong, it is impressive, but it's not practical for everyday use. Then you got this little one. The regret is usually quieter. It's not as common. The cheap one technically works. And if you need a flashlight once in a while, that one might be fine, like how small that is. But the frustration usually shows up when you actually need a light and it's weak and it's awkward and it's just unreliable. And this regret usually doesn't happen immediately. It ends up showing up on the third or the fourth time that you actually reach for it. Then you have this one. This is a cool idea regret. It's got magnetic, hands-free, it's got a little clip, it's rechargeable. All that sounds great, and sometimes it really is. But if you don't actually need those features, then you paid for something that you don't really use. Don't get me wrong, this flashlight is not bad. It's just situational. And most people buy it thinking that it's going to be universal. So the pattern here isn't about price, isn't about quality. It's just buying for one-day use or what if I need it use instead of everyday reality. So most flashlight regret usually comes from choosing something that's impressive or cheap or clever instead of something that's actually simple and easy to use. So the flashlight people regret buying is usually the one that made sense in theory. The one that they actually like is the one they grab without thinking. So if you want help deciding which type actually makes sense for you, I've covered that in the other videos on this channel. I'll put a link in the description down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.